That's shocking.
I mean, it sounds like ominous. Like you're like a creepy possessed doll in a horror movie.
Maybe that's gonna be my character today. I don't know why I did this. They can't
I don't
see
know why
me.
either. Nobody can see you.
Exactly, they can't see me.
I don't think she gets it.
I don't.
John Cena.
Yeah.
Because your time is up, and my time is now.
My time probably is up. I probably should have died like 7 years ago.
Alright.
I'm not really sure how I made it through this far in life and lived.
Well, so, Sqwadcast. Episode 39. I believe it's 39.
I'm back, bitches!
Okay. Yes.
You guys missed me? Of course you did.
New streak. New streak begins now.
What's dead may never die.
Yep. Die another day. Tomorrow never dies.
Okay. Went from Game of Thrones to James Bond. I like it. Octopussy. Why is that a name?
Alright. Yeah, episode 39. It is. Amchovio is back after his sabbatical last week.
Did you do one last week?
Yep. It was me and Ryan.
Who's Ryan?
I guess you haven't met Ryan yet.
Nope.
No. Susie's also back.
With no voice.
Part of her.
I'm trying really hard, guys.
We also got Peter and Peggy making their cameos.
Is Peggy supposed to be a girl?
Yes.
Have you ever met a guy named Peggy?
I mean, yeah.
You have. Oh, okay. Lying ass. See, it's why you can't trust them. Everybody's a goddamn lie.
I know. Directed towards Peggy.
No, I agree. And mine's directed towards Dory over here.
Yeah. So we're back. We're doing our sequel to the college episode that was 2 episodes ago. We're just going to talk more about college.
Yeah.
Let's see where the conversation leads. But first, as always, our grievances. And I have a grievance I've been sitting on. I guess I should start with the Snapchat grievance.
Of course, naturally.
Yeah,
I'd be
can't
ashamed
skip
if you
that.
didn't.
Yeah. What has Snapchat done as of late? Running out of grievances towards Snapchat.
This might be the shortest weekly segment ever.
Yeah. Trying to think of it. Oh, you know what it's been doing lately? It's been telling me, like, someone will Snapchat me.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll reply to them. Like, I won't take a new picture and then find it, like, I'll just do the reply. So it's already has the person ready to go. And I'll send it, but then it says it won't send.
Mm-hmm.
It says I received the one they sent me that I was replying to.
That's weird.
So I don't know if it went through or not. So sometimes I'll send another one, and it'll just be a double snap.
And you look like a crazy
Yeah,
person.
and then other times I won't respond, and then it's just like, oh, wait, did that actually ever go through? Because I haven't gotten a response yet.
And then you're a dick for not responding.
Yeah.
Snapchat's just trying to ruin your life.
Yep.
Which is my job, but...
Just kidding.
And what's your actual grievance?
No, my actual grievance was a coworker I had over the summer. May have talked about him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've been thinking about coworkers as of late. We had the same position. We were both pool managers. We were both lifeguards, but pool managers. We both made the same hourly rate, but he thought he was in command of me, and I was like, "You're not." We've had the same training. We got hired to the same position. We were making the same amount of money, and it was we were 2 out of 3 lifeguards, but then one quit. So we had a bunch of like random people just cover the shifts because he quit in like near the end of July. So we were like, we just need to last another month. And so we just had people on it. Basically, so we always had a pool manager because we couldn't not have one
Yes.
And he would always be like, he would always call me like before we went in, making sure everything was okay. He called me on the days off. I had 2 days off one time, so I went to the beach, and I told him that before I left. I was like, I'm going to the beach. Don't bother me. I'm freaking out her. Like, I'm not gonna think about anything for these 2 days. And he literally texted me like the next day as I was on the beach. And he was like, hey, how come like the pool doesn't look like it's been vacuumed? I was like, I don't care. Like, I was like, I vacuumed it yesterday like I always do, because we vacuumed it when we got in, and then we had a break around midday that we always vacuumed it. And I vacuumed it at midday like we always do, and he said it didn't look clean enough. I was like, one, you don't have the right to tell me if I did my job right or not, because we are literally the exact same position. And two, it's my day off. Don't do that. Just like
you, because I would have replied all caps. I said, don't fucking text me.
Yeah.
I'd be like, no, like, bitch, I'm not kidding. Don't fucking text me, bitch.
So he did that all summer too. He just, it just bothered me. And then he'd be like, if I was at a different pool, he'd text me, see how I was going, make sure everything was okay. I'm like, I'm here. I'm the manager.
He really tried to sun you.
He was such a micromanager.
He tried to sun you.
Yeah.
He tried to micromanage you, but you guys are both managers.
Yeah. And I was like, and I was at like a different pool, and I was like, I don't care. Like, whatever happens at the pool that you the refs are at are our responsibility. Like, don't tell me how the day's going. And
just hearing about him, I kind of just want to punch him in the face. For you.
Yeah, it's that type of guy. Just, yeah. So basically, well, him specifically, but basically, I've had a few jobs where people were in the same position. Sometimes I was even higher than them.
But they wouldn't act like they could tell you what to do.
Yeah.
I'm like, you can kiss my ass.
Yeah. I had an incident at my first job. It was I worked at a skating rink. Like a roller skating rink, not a skating rink.
I mean, I kind of
yeah. Well, some people ask. And we had a rule that if a person fell, we weren't allowed to touch them. It was a liability thing. Like, if we touched them, then they could claim we caused the injury. And it was my boss's rule, and it was a fair rule. And I was like, yeah. And one time that happened, I was there. It was my 4th year. There was a kid who had just been there for like 9 months. And he total suck up. Like, came in 2 hours early when he didn't need to be. Didn't clock out until he actually left either, so his shift would be over, but he'd like hang out talking to everyone and then clock out. And I'm like, so you're stealing. That's what you're doing right now. Like, you're stealing money.
When you put it that way.
You know, when you're just angry, you just exaggerate everything. That's how
I mean, like, it is technically stealing.
It is technically.
If you're not working, why are you getting paid?
Yeah. And that
is this at the job before you know Coven, or is this another job?
No, this is my first job, like in high school.
Oh, okay.
Before I knew any of you existed, before I had Peter, it was before the Peter. It was 2013 BP. Before Peter. And yeah, a lady fell. We had basically like inflatable slide and inflatable obstacle course. Like, we cut off a quarter of the rink and set these up for like the little kids who didn't skate but still want to have fun. And a lady like literally tripped over her own feet. She was on skates watching her kid, and she fell backwards. And she was like obviously in pain, like not faking it. She literally like was immediately in pain, and she asked me to take the skate off. So I like went to get the lace, and then my manager came over and he handled the situation. And he gave me a reminder. He didn't like punch me or anything. He was just like so you don't forget, like, you're not allowed to touch anyone even if you're helping them. And I was like, yeah, like my fault. Like I was more concerned with her than the rules. Like, it was just a brain fart. He was like, okay, just like make sure you don't do it again. Then the kid came up like literally like 5 minutes later. He was like, oh, just so you know, you're not allowed to touch a person like when they fall. And I literally snapped on him. I was like, yeah, I know. And I just walked away. I was like, don't even try to do that. Like, you. I was like, I had a brain fart because I was more concerned about.
I was being a person.
Yeah. And also the manager already told me, like, you're literally just repeating what the manager said.
That kid sucks too. I'm gonna find and punch him in the face 3 times.
Oh, please.
I'm just punching a bunch of people in the face today. It's fine.
Oh, you would have punched where me and Calvin used to work, you would punched everybody in the face. Like there was literally like 6 of us that knew how to do our jobs. It was such a bad place.
Going to punch and spree.
Yeah, but that's my view. Just coworkers, just who don't know
Coworkers.
the hierarchy, not just coworkers.
My grievance is coworkers.
Yeah.
That's it. The end.
But like, kind of know the hierarchy. Like, if someone's been there, or if you're working it, don't pretend you're better than that.
If you are new, I've been here for even a week, don't say shit to me.
Yeah.
I've been here longer than you.
Yeah.
I own that ass, bitch. Fuck you.
So yeah, that's my grievance.
Go ahead, voiceless.
Okay, well, my grievance is losing my voice.
The voice of the voiceless.
Yeah.
That's good. Oh, that's it? Okay,
What?
Cool.
Having a job that affects your physical life, like me, like teaching.
I was going to say, like, any job affects your life.
No, I mean, like, teaching, like, causes so many physical problems, you know?
Yeah. That's why my mom retired.
Yeah.
She was injured.
Yeah, like, you injure yourself,
Well, she wasn't injured on the job.
you hurt your voice,
Hurt your voice.
you get sick all the time, you know?
Especially this time of year.
Yeah.
At time of recording. Yeah. If someone's listening to this in, like, July, like... Just saying.
No, I'm just staring because I'm trying to make her thoughts are so incoherent and just kind of scattered.
Oh, really? You didn't understand what I was trying to say?
Oh no, I understood. Are you finished or?
I guess. I don't know.
Are you done?
I feel like I had a lot of grievances before, but
Just say you sent me like a big memo.
yeah.
Like this and this and that and the other thing during our pre-production meeting.
Parents,
Okay.
you know.
Parents just understand. Say nah. Come on, they don't understand.
Parents trying to be like, oh, be an independent person, and then you are, and then they're like, what are you doing? You're doing this wrong.
What
Like,
about this? What about that? That person?
yeah. I don't know. I have lots of things, but I just can't voice them right now. Next time.
Tune
Okay.
in next week. We find out.
Guys, I'm trying, okay? I had to talk for 12 hours today. It's your turn.
My grievance are the people besides Suzie. Besides Suzie, that's just my everyday grievance.
Okay, thanks.
It's honestly like my annoyance with you has become like such commonplace. I wouldn't call it a grievance because like I feel like a grievance doesn't lie, but this is consistent.
Now it's turning into something that like if you didn't have, you would miss it.
Oh God, no! What you kidding me? I would be thriving.
Oh, great, thanks.
I would be 30 and thriving. Are you kidding me?
30, 40.
No, but my grievance are the people who have an issue with other people saying happy holidays. I'm like, sir and or madam, there are so many holidays in the winter months. So and I'm not going to assume what you are. So if I say happy holidays, hey, be thankful I even said anything to you. Like, I'm not going to say, oh, happy Hanukkah if I don't know you're Jewish. Or happy Kwanzaa if that's the same. I don't know. Or, Merry Christmas. But, like, the fact that I'm saying anything to you, hey, don't be a bitch.
Yeah, just like appreciate it.
And
I
then,
can't
like,
have
the
that.
sentiment.
and then, like, the hyper-religious people are all like, oh, no, it's a warm Jesus and warm Christmas. No, it's not. It's just that there are so many holidays within one time span.
Yeah.
You're being all-inclusive. You're not assuming. Like, what if you say it to, like, a Jewish person? You're putting something out there that they don't celebrate. Why are you doing that? Just say happy holidays.
Yeah.
It encompasses their holiday. It's
And
fine.
the thing that I never understood is like New Year's is a thing. Like, even if you don't celebrate Hanukkah or Kwanzaa or Festivus or whatever.
Ooh, what's Festivus?
From Seinfeld.
Oh.
It's where the airing of the grievances happens.
Okay.
George's dad invents a holiday because he's tired of conforming to the tradition, so he makes up his own holiday.
Nice.
But it's just like, even if you're like one of those super like Christian people who insist on saying Merry Christmas, if I say Happy Holidays, I'm also including New Year's. Like, why can't you take New Year's into consideration?
Like, it's all the holidays in this winter season, and like it could be even like Thanksgiving, or like, it's like so many.
Yeah,
like, just be a person, don't be a dick.
Maybe people don't celebrate Thanksgiving.
Okay, then out of the thousands of holidays that are between November and January, they had to celebrate at least one of them. So I'm encompassing whatever holiday they do by saying it.
I don't celebrate any holidays.
You're lying.
I am. You're right.
I know.
But nobody can hear me lie, so it's fine.
Well, they hear me calling you all your bullshit. Suzie said that she celebrates no holidays throughout the year, and I called her out on that.
And she agreed that she's a liar.
And she agreed that she's a liar. And that she's a...
What?
What is happening?
He's being my voice, guys, because I can just whisper.
I am the Good Samaritan. I am the voice of the voiceless. The bacon in the fridge to all that are hungry.
Guys, I wish we had bacon. Turkey bacon.
I saw that from something. Plagiarism.
I wish we had turkey bacon.
If you want bacon...
Actually, that's a lie. I just wish we had bagels.
Regular is so much better than
I
turkey.
don't like regular bacon.
I enjoy turkey bacon.
I just wish we had bagels.
I enjoy turkey bacon, but like regular bacon is so much better.
My grievance is that we don't have bagels.
Your turn's over.
Well, my turn is back.
Gonna run out of grievances. One grievance per episode.
Fine. Sorry.
Except that one time where the entire episode was grievances. Yeah, so I guess back to our main topic, continuing where we were 2 weeks ago. Imagine if a TV show did this. Like, they did like a 2-part episode, but threw in another episode in the middle.
God, that is so great.
I feel like that's something like Community would have done.
I love that show. I feel like that's something they have done.
I mean, probably. They did the clip show that was all clips that didn't happen in the show. That's like the most genius idea ever.
I've definitely watched a show where they've done that though.
Yeah.
Because
It's probably Community.
it was like part 1 and then I clicked. Like it was like on Netflix or something.
Yeah.
And then you just play next. And it's something that has nothing to do with the one before. And I'm like, wait, but that was part 1. What is this? Yeah. I don't remember what show it was though.
Surprise.
Yeah.
And that's why we're doing college instead of the other thing.
Yeah, instead of remembering stuff. It's like Neville in the first Harry Potter where he gets to remember all.
Never seen Harry Potter.
And he's like...
Are you surprised?
No, not really. But it lights up because he forgot something. It knows when you forgot something, but he forgets what he forgot. He's like, I can't remember. Yeah, we're going back to college. Going back to Harvard.
Back to school. Back to school.
Speaking of, what were you writing a paper for?
To prove to Dad that I'm not a fool. Love Billy Madison. Wait, what was the topic of my paper? My master's program? I literally told you. I started in September. I've told you several times.
You probably haven't.
Because you keep forgetting. Like,
it's either that I'm forgetting or I haven't paid attention.
probably a combination of both.
Probably.
Okay, so college. Sophomore year, right?
Or, yeah, basically any story we haven't told in the previous episode.
I mean, that's a lot.
I mean, that is, we could focus on just sophomore year if you want.
I kind of want to, but I feel like our first episode jumped around so much that it would feel out of place.
Yeah, we need to keep it.
We need to keep it consistently inconsistent.
All right, I'll tell a story about how I whipped out my dick.
Whoa!
Let me
Not
preface.
surprised.
Let me preface.
It's
feel like I've heard this.
Okay. Let me preface. Okay, so it was in my own apartment.
I've heard this.
With my friends of like 10 years, so no crime was committed here.
Lies.
Let me preface that. No crime. It was in my own domicile, my own home. So, but all this is alleged because I blacked out. I don't remember. And this would be the thing where they like told me it happened to try and fuck with me. So, you know, we're out at the bar one night.
Whoa, I thought you were at your apartment. Now you're at the bar. Man.
All right. So the first time this happened.
First time? What is going on?
So the first time this happened, we're out of the bar, you know, having fun, yada yada. It's college. I'm a senior, so I black out naturally.
I wish I could do that senior. Student teaching.
We get back to my apartment, and you know we're hanging out, having some post game drinks, just hanging out. And allegedly, my friend, he starts talking shit to me, like you a bitch, yada yada. And I guess to like assert his dominance, he like dropped his pants. And then I guess in my mind, I had to one up him. So like I just dropped my pants and my boxers. Because I'm not going to let him outdo me. Like daddy raised no bitch, right? Now, people don't want to talk about that, but what they don't want to talk about is that my roommate, my other friend, he still saw...
hold on. Oh, we're good. Different window is up.
Okay.
We're good.
So what they don't want to talk about, what they want to forget...
You're good.
is that my friend, my roommate still saw my other friend's penis. But like he had on his boxers, which meant that he like saw it through the little hole in boxers. So he was paying for some penis. Nobody wants to talk about that part. They just want to talk about how I dropped my pants, but like he saw his dick through the underwear hole, aka he was peeping for some penis. And then the second time, similar situation, you know, I'm blackout. The Kelvin.
Oh, yes.
This one his fault. He was like, "You a bitch, yo. You don't drop your pants. You don't fucking do. You don't fucking do. You bitch. You bitch. You bitch." And I'm like, I'm not a bitch. So I did it again. But he maintains that he did not egg me on. I heard differently from the other two people who were there. It was him. Again, allegedly did this because I don't remember. So who knows what actually happened? But haven't done that.
I believe that it happened.
Yeah, of course you do. But I haven't done this in 3 years now. So I'm very clean and flashing people.
Oh, that's good.
But again, both times in my apartment, around my friends, not randos, they egged me on. It wasn't my fault. Actually, it was Lavondres. It wasn't even me. It's my drunk alter ego.
We know.
See, like Kevin. Know about Kevin?
Yes. Yeah. My first step is Antoine. You know, Antoine's he's feeling good, a little out there. Then Lavondres, he's kind of ratchet. Hence the name. Lavondres, you know.
Interesting.
Yes.
So, I'm trying to think of...
I mean, that reminds me of a story from when I was in Ireland on my study abroad.
Lovely lady.
Gosh, you guys. And basically...
Brady. Alright, I'm finished now. Go ahead.
Why is your phone a brick?
I went to my roommate's 21st, and it was in the middle of nowhere because it's Ireland, and we all got wasted, but I was the first to get wasted. And by the time they all came home, I was sober. So they came home and they're like, "Yo, you're still alive? We thought you died," because that's how drunk I was. I was like,
makes sense.
Should have been dead. Should have probably been in the hospital, honestly. But anyways, and I don't even remember why, but for some reason we were all sitting in the kitchen and my roommate just whipped out his dick. And I'm like, what are you doing?
Well, that's a problem.
It was just out of nowhere. And we're like, you should probably put that away.
Did he say anything?
You should probably put that away. I mean, I'm sure he did, but I don't think anybody understood him because he was drunk. And he was from the country, so he had a weird accent. Yeah. They had a weird accent.
Yeah, Irish people have weird accents. Racist.
I mean, the ones that live in the country do. But yeah, so that was my story.
It's like Finn Balor.
And then apparently
And Becky Lynch. Can't
I
forget
was
about her.
apparently so cold.
Bay. What?
I was apparently so cold. I was like going around trying to cuddle with everyone. Allegedly.
Ooh, super thoughtfy.
I mean, I was cold.
Thoughtfy foofy.
Whatever.
Well, my story involves no dicks. Well, no literal dicks. I mean,
Does it involve cuddling?
no, but we. This was the same night. Yeah, I was gonna start. I had two things in my head, and I realized they both happened on the same night. So basically, I did community college for 2 years, and one girl in one of my classes mentioned, we were talking before class one day, and she said she never went to prom. And I was like, oh, that's kind of sad, but like to each their own. And I was okay. And so I was planning on having a party anyway because my parents are out of town for a week. So I was like, well, how about we just make this party like a prom, you know? And I asked all my friends at like the core group of friends, and I was like, what do you guys think? Like, how about we like dress up and I'll decorate my house a little bit? And everybody was like, oh yeah, that sounds super fun. So we did it, and it was like a nautical theme. So it was like we bought like dollar store decorations that were like fish in the ocean and stuff. And my house is kind of big, so we had like the dance floor was my family room, and we had food in the kitchen. My friend set up a bar in the dining room, and in the living room was my friend was doing photography. He did photography as a hobby, so he was like taking like prom pictures with everyone. And but we realized I have a deck. I think I told this story before. Maybe. I don't know.
You told it to me, but I don't think it was on.
Yeah, I was trying to think. I don't know if
I don't think it was on air, though.
Yeah. On air. So basically the way my parents' house is set up was there was a back deck that went behind the kitchen and the dining room. And we were the door was in the kitchen, so every time you wanted to get a drink from the bar, quote unquote, you had to walk around through the kitchen, get a drink, and come back. But then we realized about halfway through the night there was a window from the dining room to the deck. So we just opened the window and asked for the drink, and the bartender would just give the drinks out the window. So we had a little drive-through bar. But one kid got really drunk, and he was kind of like the kid you just have around to make fun of. Friend, you know? And
I saw that. Thanks.
So, what did you see? He didn't do anything.
Oh, okay. I'll edit that out and post.
I'm gonna go home.
See ya.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Do you wanna go to snow?
But anyway, so, you know, the one kid was there. He got a lot more drunk than everybody else.
Naturally.
And we had Omen / Nemo, the big giant orange fish that I have that lives with me. And he was obviously on the dance floor because if you have a giant Nemo and you're throwing a nautical themed prom, like, you're gonna have him out. So we convinced him. He like fell and was laying on it for like a really long time, and we got him to safety like on a couch, and he slept. But he like blacked out and didn't remember like most of the night. So we actually convinced him he tried to have sex with the fish.
Oh my god.
Because he remembered that like being on the fish, but he didn't remember anything else. So we were like, no, dude, like you actually legit tried to like fuck this fish. He was like, you were trying to make out with it, and you had your pants down and everything, and we like had to like get you off of it. Right? And this stayed for like 3 years. This joke ran. Like he always tried to like catch us off guard, or like if he saw one of us outside the friend group, he was like, no, like what really happened that night? And all of us stayed with that story. And then one day, my friend said, like, nonchalant, he's like, oh, yeah, remember that time we tried to convince you, like, you fucked the fish? And he's like, I knew it! I was like, come on, man! Like, That was 3 years in the running, and we had them. But yeah.
That reminds me of one of my stories. Actually, no, I don't even know why I omitted it. So from my first big story, it was Drew and Dewey. Dewey is the one who dropped his pants, and Drew
sounds like a Dewey move.
Yes, and Drew spazzed out saw his penis mouth. So okay, so you know my last story about how I talked to the really hot girl on my phone spazzed out. So her roommate was also super attractive. They were the two most attractive girls on our floor.
We've heard this story.
No, we haven't. Okay. Face. So Drew had a crush on the other one, and he was obsessed with her butt.
Ooh.
And so, and he got wasted one night, and all of us convinced him that he went up to her at a party, was just talking about her ass for 10 minutes.
Oh damn.
And then he confessed his feelings for her, and he was that didn't happen. We were no, this happened. And we were going strong for a solid 8 months. We had him convinced that he was just hey, I like your ass, something like that, something crazy. And then our other friend, she got soft.
No.
And she told him. But he would be hey, dude, so what actually happened? I'm so serious. You did this. And we were hey, Drew, back away. You were no, dude, I got this. I'm dude, no, you don't. And he would try and get all of us alone. We were all together. But this one softie, she was no, it didn't actually happen. And he was knew it. And I'm I'm about to hit you with my car right now, girl. Why would you do this to us? We were having fun.
That reminds me of something that happened where there were a group of Russians and they didn't know that I could speak Russian.
Apparently you can speak Russian.
Yeah. So this guy, not unless I'm drunk, but
you told me that when you lost it all.
Yeah, I pretty much did, just like my voice. But anyway, so this guy was talking about my ass in Russian right next to me, and I turned to him and spoke to him in Russian bro, I can understand you, don't fucking talk about me. And he's damn. Didn't know you spoke Russian. And I'm yeah, you should watch what you say. That was my story. Didn't have anything to do with college, but it had to do with asses, so.
I mean, it is ass season, so hey.
Hey. I didn't even hear what you said, I just said hey.
I said it is ass eating season, so.
Yeah.
Trying to think. I was gonna play my junior year-ish at. I think I said it before at Towson. I'm pretty sure we discussed this. So
At
it
a
was my
local
first year.
university.
What?
Local university.
Yeah, local state university. Go state. Go generic name.
No, I'm state. He went to BMS. Okay, God, jeez.
Yeah, so I was gonna play.
What play?
The Mousetrap by Agatha Christie. Played Sergeant Trotter. And there's a part at the end. I won't say my exact lines or what's happening because it's a big spoiler. But basically, I forgot. I have this big monologue at the end. Right? Basically, it's the climax of the show, and I have this big monologue. Yup. And then I let my dick out. No, I was monologuing, and halfway through I forgot my lines. The night of the show, we did 2 shows. We did one show. We did an open dress rehearsal to get around rights. And then we did an actual show. So it was at the open dress rehearsal, and I forgot my lines. So I lay this huge speech at the end. Everything's coming together. Everything, all this stuff is happening. All the plot twists and everything. And then I just, in the middle of this, just forget. Right. And literally a week before, I had an epiphany with the director. And he's like, "You're playing this part really seriously." He's like, "But add more energy." He's like, "Pretend you're the Joker from Batman." He's like, "Just all this energy and this wit and this smartness about you." And I'm like, okay. So we did it, and it clicked. So for the week of rehearsals leading up to the show, I did that. So I was in this Joker state of mind, laughing and having fun, even though it's kind of like a dark moment in the play. And then I forgot my lines. So, like, I looked at the other person on stage, and she didn't know what to do. So I, like, jumped in the middle of my monologue. Like, while summarizing, I just jumped straight up and down, and that, like, triggered the rest of my lines. So I kept going with it. And I was like, After the show, the director was talking to me because we had to, we got together, and he was just like, you, like, jumped. Like, did you, like, think about doing that before? I was like, no, I just did that. Like, I was like, I didn't know what else to do, so I just jumped. And it worked. I remember the rest of the monologue.
That's awesome.
Go on and jump. Yeah. That song? No?
Nobody knows who you're talking.
That song.
I used to do voice lessons in college, which probably would help me right now because I probably would still have a voice. But we had to do recitals. My first semester doing it went great. Like, I mean, I was nervous, but no problems. Everything was good. Second semester, I felt a lot better about it, but it was a train wreck because literally 10 minutes before I went on, me and my voice teacher were talking about it, and she's like, I really think you should switch the order of your songs. Even though all fucking semester, I had been practicing it one way, like this song, then this song. But no, the last second. So the pianist was playing the order that she told her to play 10 minutes before. And I was still, like, thinking about the other way, you know? Because, like, I'm nervous. I'm like, this is what I've been doing, like, muscle memory, like, whatever. Yeah. So she's playing one song, and I'm singing the other song, and I'm like, this feels wrong. It sounds wrong. So she stops, and I look at her, and then it happened again. And then we stop, and she's like, all right. I probably should have said what I was going to play before I started. And I'm like, yeah, probably. So then she started again, and everything was fine, but it was like, we had a failure twice right there, and it sucked.
Failure to launch.
Failure to launch. It was the worst.
All right.
So, like, I feel like instead of that class improving my, like, stage presence or whatever, like, I now have more fear of public speaking than I did before.
I can't imagine why.
And that whole thing was supposed to be like, oh, it'll improve your public speaking and reduce anxiety. No. Nope. Did the opposite.
Yeah, I have it worse now. Thanks a lot.
Exactly. Like, just gonna I look for reasons to get, like, ways to get out of these things now. Like, oh, I'm gonna be sick that day. I think I'm gonna get my car's gonna break. Speaking of, my car broke, guys, but, you know. Anyways. I don't know what that was. Maybe. Sorry.
Trying to think what else happened in college. I know I said a lot of other stories.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of one that, like, doesn't involve me getting pissed off. I feel like most of mine have been me getting drunk and doing something.
Most of mine have been me studying.
I mean, but that was also me in college, so.
You studied in college?
No, I meant me getting blacked out drunk.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously I studied in college.
Did you? Oh, you passed.
Yeah.
Did you pay somebody so that you passed?
No, I paid somebody for sex, so I'll get it right. Oh, I thought it was so, actually.
Where he paid somebody for sex?
Yeah, I didn't know.
So it was like when Tinder was like first like getting big.
Oh, yeah.
So I downloaded Tinder.
I remember those days.
Right.
And you
matched with actual people
and not bots. Yeah. And I'm just like talking.
Do you not match with actual people these days?
I feel like
I haven't used Tinder.
I feel like the bot phase is like kind of gone. I feel like
the people figured it out.
But
I feel like at this point, like most people matched with someone and are with someone now, so it's like it's kind of dead.
I matched with. I probably shouldn't say this on air.
So we're talking, and she's like, "Hey, like, you wanna fuck me in front of my boyfriend?" Like her boyfriend like wanted to be cucked. Like, why do you want to be a cuckold? Like, no. So I was like, I just don't want to. And she was like, yeah, we'll pay like $100. I'm like, wow.
In that case.
So I think technically I was prostituted. Maybe.
Sounds like it.
You did? Yeah.
I mean, I was paid for it. But like, I didn't enjoy it though.
Sure
like,
you didn't.
This guy just standing there watching me.
Yeah, I feel like that's...
It was... And like, I stopped. I'm like, take your money back. I don't want to do this. I'm like, it was so weird. Like, he had the camera. He was sitting there. And at one point, I think he started jacking off too. I'm like, oh! No. No.
People are weird.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't. Like, why do people get off of being... Like, why do you want to watch your girl or guy get rammed out by somebody else? Are you kidding me? I would break down.
So on a lighter note, I gave tours in college at local university, and one day sign in and the family gives their last name and we mark them off on the list. And, so they came in and I was standing next to the person marking the list, and they said Kinsella, which is my last name, which is on the YouTube channel. So if you're listening, you should say them. And I was like, oh, no way, like, we had the same last name. I was like, that's so weird. And they're like, yeah, we never met anyone with the, like, same last name before. So just a little, like, exchange. And then during the tour, they were part of another group. We tried to split the groups up into majors. Like, I was an education major / phys ed, so, like...
And they were an education major.
Well, no, but...
Let him tell the
Sorry,
story.
I got excited.
So they were split into another group, but as the groups were leaving, the dad came up to me and he was like, hey, do you mind if we jump on your group instead? And I was like, it was only 3 of them. If it was like 6 people, I would have been like, no, that's too many. But like 3 people, no big deal. I do the tour, everything goes fine. At the end, the dad gives me his card, which isn't that unusual. I've gotten parents like, here's my card. So like if I have questions or anything, or if my kid has questions, he had the same exact name. The card said Tim Kinsella and the company he worked for. And I was
That's gonna be you when you grow up.
yeah, I was like, what? He's like, yeah, like I didn't say anything before, but as soon as you introduce yourself as Tim, I was like, I need to be on his tour. So like, yeah, same for the last name. I was like, this is so weird.
What was his job?
Some computer company. I don't really know what he did.
Maybe it's you.
That's Tim's future, guys.
I censored it on Facebook, but I was like, there's no way I don't share this. Like,
oh, for sure.
I was like, this guy gave me his card, and it was my name. Dun, dun, dun.
Looks like somebody went back to the future.
It's like the dramatic squirrel video.
Yeah.
Dramatic chipmunk, not squirrel. Dramatic chipmunk. Best 6 seconds of my life. That's what she said.
Do you guys remember Yik Yak?
Oh.
My next story involved Yik Yak.
Shut up, really?
Yeah.
Yik Yak was my favorite. Okay, go ahead. I can't wait.
So for those
So
of you
excited.
who don't know what Yik Yak is,
Who doesn't? If you don't know what Yik Yak is, just go to a different
My
country.
parents are listening. Jeez.
I said go to a different country.
so Yik Yak was this anonymous social media app where you would just like post something like a random like sentence or whatever.
I called it anonymous Twitter.
Basically.
Okay, yes. So anonymous Twitter, but you can upvote or downvote.
Yes.
And
comments.
And it would be so funny.
Great.
It was location based though. That's why it's so big in colleges.
Yes, because like it was like your college is Yik Yak, and
yeah.
So what I would like to do is I would like pretend.
You would Yik Yak about yourself.
No, I would pretend to be like girls like trying to hook up at like 1:30 a.m. 2 a.m. It's like, hi, I'm horny, I'm trying to fuck, like yada yada. Like somebody meet me here, and you see like 4 replies like. Where are you? I'm like, yo, what's up, Thursday?
Yes.
Like, you don't even know what I look like and you're trying to smash? That's crazy.
Dude, gotta ask for a Snapchat first, man. Ask for a Snapchat first.
Oh, yeah. And I found about, like, the messenger app Kick from there. Cause
I don't know what that is.
Yo, Kick Me. It's like a messenger app that people use.
What?
Felt like that was like an extra...
Is that not what I was supposed to do?
Like,
Does he know what just happened?
I don't know. There's physical.
Yeah, she kicked me.
There's physical.
But yeah.
There's an altercation.
There was a.
And this one time I was like in the library and I did it. And like I
You
saw
did
the
yak-yak?
dude like walk past and like looking for this girl.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, dude, like you thirsty bitch. It was so funny.
Have you ever read a yik yak and known that it was about you?
Yes.
Same.
I read several. Most of them were flattering, but one was I was like.
You said most of them were not. Aw.
I mean, it wasn't bad, but like one, I was
Person who probably saw you for like 5 seconds. You know?
I was like in the gym, and one was like, oh, I'm in the gym now. Like this douche is wearing this and this, like just staring at himself. I had just had a nosebleed, and I was checking to see if there was any more blood in my nose. Like
Oh my
I'm not
God.
just staring at myself in the mirror, you dickbag. Like no.
But like when you're at the gym, you do look at yourself to like.
Yeah.
How are you gonna know if you're doing something right?
I mean, I guess like repetition. Like I don't look in the mirror unless like I walk past them. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. But like I don't do the stuff in front of the mirror because.
Oh really?
But if like you're just starting out, then yeah, like, you want to make sure you're doing it right so you're not hurting yourself or anything. But also like the way you measure progress is like through the mirror.
Yeah.
as
So
long as you're not like just staring at yourself.
I would have
commented
commented back and been like, you know what? Stop hating on people that are trying to improve their health.
no, I didn't care.
You shouldn't be in the gym if you're gonna be some judgmental,
I mean,
rude.
look, haters make me famous. I was like, go ahead and yak about
Haters
me.
make me.
Now
That's true.
everybody will look at me and know I'm putting in that work.
Exactly. I loved yik yak.
You had a story, Tim? Before I started, I feel like you were starting to say one before I went on about yik yak. Oh.
I was thinking about Peter used to have a Twitter back in the day, and then I would like tweet. I mean, he would tweet.
I used to have a
Like-
Twitter back in the day, just like Peter.
I have Twitter now.
But I would tweet like regular things, but like from a penguin's point of view. So one of the tweets was like, "Oh, about to hit the gym, can't skip beak day." Like,
Hilarious.
yeah, and that was just that's how I entertain myself. Do Peter's Twitter. The yik yak. I had a really good yik yak, but it only made sense if you were from Towson. Because there's a place called, I'm going to call this place out because it's a piece of crap establishment. It's called B Lounge. And it's like...
Oh, God.
Is it? It's
Exactly. It's notorious for letting underage... It's like the underage bar.
You've definitely been
on
to
the
B
strip.
Lounge. No? No, that's shocking.
It's a terrible
why I didn't go
place.
anywhere underage.
No, but like, even like now, just like going out in Towson, like I feel like you like you would have made your
Where? What's it next to?
It's across from CBP.
Yeah.
Oh no, I've never been there.
Yeah, down that road. It's on
Down that road, the only place I've been to is CVP.
Yeah, so it's the place across. Yeah, but it's a place notorious for letting underage, mainly girls, in, and just like they don't obey any types of laws. Like, what?
Is it like the hookah bar?
Yeah. What? What?
Hookah?
Oh, I think you meant hookup bar. Like,
No, hookah.
I don't know where the. I do not partake in those.
Because
Are you talking about Towson Nights
Yeah.
or Ice?
Towson Nights was also notorious for letting. I probably should not say this.
But B Lounge was, and it was one Saturday morning. I decided to. I didn't go out that weekend, but I was just like, oh, this is a good yik yak. It's all about the timing, though. So
It's so
you
important.
need the right time. So it was Saturday morning. You know, all the kids are hungover in bed. All the youths. So
All the youths.
Youths.
New girl. I love New Girl. Guys, wait. Quick side note. I have a New Girl game that we should play. Okay, continue. Sorry. We all said youths and it made me...
And yeah, so the place was called B Lounge. So I yacked. Yacked? I forget what the
Yacked.
Yacked.
And I said they
You
should
forgot the
change-
terminology.
Yeah. So I yacked and I said, they should change the name to Hepatitis B Lounge. That was my highest voted Yik Yak.
I had a couple. It was like 300-400. I'm like, yo, I'm
3 or
cooking with
400. What?
I mean,
Towson got like 150 to 200.
I mean, Delaware was a very large school.
I don't know.
It's bigger than Towson. It's bigger than Towson.
I think so.
Guys, why did they get rid of Yik Yak though?
Because they changed it too much and people hated it.
Well, they should
Now
change
it's
it
not
back
even like
and
anonymous anymore. Like you have like usernames apparently. I haven't used it since.
But
that
no,
1
they
year.
completely got rid of it now.
Oh.
Like, hold up. I can't download Yik Yak right now.
No, I tried.
I'm about
I
to.
tried like a few months ago because I was like, I wonder if this is still fun.
Like,
And I tried
Yik Yak,
like last
not
summer.
At a college campus sucks.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's done.
Like,
I remember
if
going
you
home
were
on
home-
holidays.
Yeah, but I used to
It was-
live near a college campus.
The top yak was like,
But then all the kids would be home.
yeah.
I live near their home too.
The top yak would have like 14. It was like from 2 days ago. It was so shitty.
Are you trying to look it up?
Wow, they got rid of Yik Yak.
I told you.
I
Yik
mean-
Yak's dead. R.I.P.
I mean,
R.I.P.
It's that and Flappy Bird.
Yik Yak, if you're listening, remake Yik Yak.
And then like one day, like I guess the Yik Yak people like came to our campus and were like giving away merchandise, but only if you had a certain amount of like likes on your post.
Oh, that's not
And people
cool.
would post like poop, and it would have like 1,000 upvotes just because everybody was like, trying to have everybody else
Yeah.
out. But like it happened so fast. There was so many posts. Like you would have 1,000, but it would stop because it was 1,000 in like 5 minutes, which is unheard of.
Right,
But
yeah.
then it's also 1,000 other kids posting at one time, so you would stop at 1,000 and you're fucked. I actually knew a kid who got a pair of Yik Yak socks. I was like stabbing for them, like they were pretty nice. I didn't, but I'm like I want your socks.
Give me your wallet. Give me your wallet.
Did you guys have I'm Schmacked come to your school?
What?
I'm Schmacked.
What even is that?
Oh, well, I obviously didn't go to your school. I'll explain why I was being shady. So I'm Schmacked. It's these guys who went around to like colleges and basically like hosted parties and like did outrageous stuff. It was like
I think people down at other local college. I mean, college party.
Okay, where were you in 2012?
Community college.
Okay, because it did go to Towson because my ex was there when it happened. So basically, like, they go to these big parties, whatever. It was finally coming to our school, and like allegedly, like it was like no official post. Like it like somebody had tweeted them, and they replied like unaware, something kind of hazy like that.
Yeah.
And kids just lost it. It was like thousands of kids just like in the streets, just like waiting for them to show up.
Oh, I know.
And they started rioting and like flipping cop cars, and it was a shit show. And like they never came.
Wait, what?
No, like yo, hold on. I'll try a video. Like it looked fun. I'm like, yo, come to our school. Come to our school.
Yeah,
And-
I remember
and then
people
after-
trying to come back.
And then like afterwards, they made like a tweet like, yeah, Delaware, because of what happened, we're never coming. And I'm like, all right.
College.
Part of Step Up was filmed on my campus.
Yeah, it was.
I know.
Season
I just
4
said
of
that.
House of Cards was filmed.
I've never seen House of Cards. Guys, I haven't seen anything. Just
They would make like Amchovio like
Cal.
movies.
This is very good for an audio podcast.
yeah, this is great.
I'll see if they have pictures on the interwebs
Oh,
that I can
they
use without
for
copyrights.
sure do.
But are they on the free websites though? That's the thing. What is this? What is going? All right, Hall of Champions
Okay.
at
This is
University of
boring.
Southern California. Yeah, I was like,
This is
what
not
is
what
going
I'm.
on? I feel like that's like
Alright.
I feel like supposed to start getting into it.
oh, there you go, wiffle ball, nice.
Boobs.
Yep.
Always good.
There's a lot of partying. This is like stereotypical partying montage.
Yeah, it's just this, but like it's filmed and you got viral. Like that's all it really was.
Yeah.
Lots of drinking.
Yeah, I remember seeing clips on Twitter and stuff about that. Yeah. All right, so we're near the end, ish. I think we have questions. I think the one question I definitely want to answer because of what happened with what's his name? Creative SpongeBob passed away. Steven Hillenberg. So, what was your favorite SpongeBob episode / memory?
God
Or just list everything you like about SpongeBob. Because the marching band episode.
Oh, there's a petition
to do it, yeah.
to like have that play at the Super Bowl. It has like 50,000 sound already.
Yeah, it's
I like that song so much. I like downloading the actual song. It's about like Gary somebody.
Gary the Snail.
You don't win no silver. You only lose the gold. I'm like, damn, like, I like that mentality. Like, you don't win silver, like, you lose gold. Like, you don't win second, you lose first.
If you ain't first, you're last.
He's like, I was high when I said that. There's second, third, hell, there's fourth, there's fifth. Okay, not Will Ferrell. The Bubble Bowl way up there.
Yeah, that sounds great. That came on at a previous place of employment, but because it was a restaurant, like, you couldn't hear. We had one kids channel, but it was like a family-friendly, like, sports bar.
Mm-hmm.
So we had one kids channel. And, like, they had speakers at the table, so you could turn into the TV and listen, like, at your table. So, like, we couldn't hear, but I was quoting it the entire time on my shift. Like, I knew every word to that episode.
Ripped Pants, that's a classic. Still know the song.
When they went camping, the campfire song.
CAMPFIRSONG song. Oh, when in doubt, pinky out.
Yeah. Dude, that was the first episode or something. That was like...
It was like within the first 10, I think.
The episode when he goes to Sandy's house and he dehydrates and almost dies.
Yeah. What are they selling? They're selling chocolates.
Oh, yeah.
Another classic.
Chocolate.
When he takes a bus and gets stuck in that creepy land with the vending machine.
Rock bottom.
That's it.
Oh, the hash-slinging slasher. Pretty patties. Oh, God.
So many.
Mystery, his little sequence.
Yes.
Mystery.
The movie.
Like, the SpongeBob movie, like, outside of, it's just a good movie.
It's fantastic movie.
It's so funny. It's good. It has the classic innuendos for SpongeBob. It's fantastic.
Yeah. When they get drunk at the ice cream bar.
Waiter.
David Hasselhoff.
That part freaks me out. Still, like, his pecs just move. And that guitar solo, it's like one of the best in history.
Or when they're drying out before they get back.
And SpongeBob made you cry.
Yeah.
Goofy, Goober. Yeah.
Oh, that's such a...
Why did you make that sound so sexual?
I didn't.
At the end, you did.
I can't help that everything I do is sexual.
I think you can.
The magic conch?
Just so many memes too. Like every time a new meme comes out, it's like SpongeBob, and it's somehow hilarious every single time. I have a couple
SpongeBob memes stuck to my phone. It's hilarious.
There's kind of off topic. Well, not really. The Cultaholic, the wrestling YouTube channel, dude does WTF moments, Ross, and it's one of my favorite things on the internet. But there's that wrestler Mandy Rose on SmackDown. She does that entrance where like everything's out of focus except her. So in his video, he was like, Mandy Rose has the Mr. Krabs meme as her entrance.
Like that was kind of
Yes. Hilarious.
Oh man. So many classic SpongeBob memes.
SpongeBob's so good.
What are on your socks? What's on your socks?
Rocket Raccoon. From Guardians of the Galaxy. No? Alright, what are you looking for?
Voiced by Bradley Cooper.
I know him. Oh my god. I was obviously I was at work today. But anyways, there's this dad. Probably also should not be talking about this, but there's this dad, and he like whatever brought his child in, and I like was talking to my coworker, and I just like stopped, and she's like, "What were you saying?" And I was like, "Sorry, I got distracted because I think that dad is so cute." And she's like,
Dilf.
you can't say that. I'm like, yes, I can. You can't hear me. Like, it's fine. I literally say that about so many of the dads.
Total dolphin I'd like to fuck, in case you're wondering.
Oh, speaking of dolphins.
Such a dilf.
The sentence enhancers. But Mr. Krabs, he said, oh, the panty raid.
The panty raid.
What do you make me think?
Oh, the fry cook games.
Oh,
Dude, literally, just so many classic episodes.
because
The driving. Oh, remember when he went to driving school and he had to stick his toe out? Do you remember?
I remember him done driving school.
And like he had to drive with his big toe for some reason. You don't remember that?
No.
All right, I'm gonna look it up and send it to you.
I don't know. Yeah. Like he like stuck his toe out and
You got 6. How many did I need to pass? 6. 100.
So did you guys know that? I mean, obviously you can't take like liquids or anything onto the airplane.
No.
But did you know you can bring a live lobster onto an airplane?
How would we have known that? Why do you know that?
Because one time when I was going, I was in Ireland traveling to some country, and I was just like looking. There was something I was trying to bring. I can't remember what it was.
Sounds like a lobster.
And it sounds like a lobster. And I was looking through like the list on TSA of things that are allowed on a plane. And it was like, if you're transporting a live lobster, be sure that like, and it like tells you the rule. So I like screenshotted that description and sent it to my mom, and she's like, what are you trying to tell me? And I'm like, smiley face, I'm bringing home a lobster. And she's like, you're joking. I'm like, no, I will send you a picture of my pet lobster. And she's like, okay, I don't believe you. So I like went online, found a picture of a lobster, sent it to her, and she, for some reason, didn't think that I was capable of going online and finding a lobster picture. So she completely believed that I was bringing home a live lobster. She's like, oh my God, he's so cute. I'm like, Mom, what?
So,
Yeah,
what you're saying
nice.
is you kidnapped Larry the lobster.
That's what I'm hearing.
Yes, exactly. That's what I did.
What's the next question?
Why can you bring a live lobster
I
out?
was so focused on the SpongeBob. We can do one more.
I mean, or we can just keep on talking about
no,
SpongeBob.
we could. No, I'll go on the old Ask Reddit. Ask Reddit has some quality questions. Let's see. If this decides to load, it's all be edited out in post.
Cause inside out, it's weedy whack. Jump.
We talk about the worst teacher we ever had, because that's one of the top Ask Reddit questions right now.
I don't think so, actually.
Worst teacher you ever had? I have 2 off the bat. One was my 8th grade teacher. Yeah. Well, so in middle school, when I went to middle school, we had this program called AR, which is called Accelerated Reading. Basically, you would read a book. You would take a
I was
test.
in like the stupid reading, like where they have to send someone specifically to come work with you on your read, like separately one-on-one. That was me. That's how behind I was. But that was in elementary school. Sorry, I go off.
Now you're kidnapping
On
lobsters.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt your very
But it
important.
was basically like we had a test at the beginning of your reading skills, and then
Yes.
you had like a grade level. Like I think in 8th grade I could read from like 8th to like 11th grade level books. So like,
Hey, look at you.
and
I still
But
can't
you-
read 8th to 11th grade level books.
but she was like,
That's okay.
my teacher was so strict. She like, you couldn't go outside your level if you want to. Like that's how you push yourself, is you go to like higher levels. Like
Yes.
she go push yourself. And then one day, like it was a double period, so we had like 45 minutes to read / take the test. Once you're done the book, you take a test, and then half an hour or 45 minutes of like actual subject learning.
Mm-hmm.
And one day she like just forgot to like teach the next lesson. She was like grading tests or something. And my leg literally fell asleep. So I like got up and asked her a question that I knew the answer to. I just I was like, we've been reading for like 90, well, not 90, that would be both, but like over an hour. And I was like, what are you doing right now? Like, so I literally like got up and I think I just started a book and I was like 4 chapters deep already because I was like, we're not doing anything. Like, we should be doing something right now. You just like forgot we existed. But
I had so many terrible teachers.
I don't have that many.
Really? You're lucky. I had a
maybe just
ton.
blocked it from memory.
No, I've definitely repressed a lot of things. Oh no.
Oh, it's coming back.
It's all coming back.
I had a chem teacher. Utter garbage. He would just like read from the slides, not explain anything. And like, this is chemistry, so like you need to explain what you're doing. Like, don't just put up a problem on the board and be like, "Hey, solve it." Bitch, how? You didn't tell me. No, stupid. And it's even worse because he was like already rich, and he like.
So he's like, I don't need this job.
No, yeah, he was like a legit millionaire. He just like taught for the fuck of it, but he didn't teach though. We had to teach ourselves.
Yeah.
Fats. He looked like Colonel Sanders. Fat southern piece of shit. I really hate that.
I had a bio teacher like that. I think I said it in the last college episode. She like came in.
Oh yeah.
And she was there for research, but the actual professor couldn't do it. Yeah. So that was terrible.
In high school, we had this English teacher, and she just hated her life, and so she tried to ruin everybody else's lives.
I have a coworker like that now.
She was just generally unpleasant and unnecessarily harsh with grading. I mean, she didn't really ruin my life because, like, I worked hard, but...
And it's already ruined.
Exactly. But, then in college, I had a few pretty bad professors. One of them literally, like, everybody failed the exam. Or, like, not failed, but everybody got, like, a C.
And
you know?
You got a B+.
I think I got a B, yeah. But, like, the class average was, like, a C or a D. And she's like, clearly you guys should not be math majors because you don't... No, clearly you should not be teaching this class because you don't know how to do your job. Yeah, she was terrible. She's like, if you don't understand this, then you guys should not be math. She was just terrible. But it was just because she didn't teach. And then in Ireland, they were all terrible, but I think that's just because their schooling system is different and they're used to the fact that they get paid to do nothing because Irish students just decide that they don't want to speak up. Like here, I'm like, no, I'm paying to go here. I'm going to be in your office all the time bugging you to teach me this. There, they're like too shy to like bother them or be like, oh, you're not doing your job. So I would go and be like, you didn't actually teach us anything, so I don't know what's going on. And I don't know. So they were all just in Ireland, everybody. They were all terrible.
I had a chem teacher. She wasn't that bad of a teacher, but like she always ended her like sayings whenever she was done talking. She would always be like, so like I crossed off this and I get this, and she'd be like, right? And like she would
not right, wrong. You did not explain it.
Yeah, I was like, sure, like the entire class. And then she only had like 1.5 hour for office hours. Like it was like the half an hour before class started. And like every time I was there, there'd be like 4 people in line waiting to see her. And I'm like, by the time everybody gets to see you, you're gonna run out of time. Like,
yeah.
And I was like, make better. She wasn't that bad of a teacher, but I was just like
annoyed.
Yeah. Mildly infuriated.
Ooh.
That's entire subreddit. Mildly infuriating. It's great. One more question.
Right?
There was one I answered earlier. I answered on Reddit, not the podcast. What's your biggest turnoff?
In terms of what?
Life.
Not what I thought.
I mean,
not the path I
choose. I get it. Relationships, friendships,
stupidity,
teacher, life.
I agree with that.
If you're stupid, I feel like it physically makes me sick. Like I hate stupid people.
Are you willing to, if they acknowledge they're stupid and trying to learn? Because I feel like stupid and stubborn are like partners in crime.
No.
You mean like stupid and unable to fix it?
No, like
or like
not stubborn because I am stubborn as fuck. I mean, you're dumb. Like you need to not reproduce for the sake of the planet. Like nobody should have your genes. Like if you're willing to like learn and fix stupid, go ahead, fix your stupid, but then like come back to me after that. Like I'm not gonna help you through that process because I just don't have time.
I'm not gonna help you through that.
I just see these posts on Facebook and I'm just you probably fuck your sister. Like,
oh my god.
Like, just stop talking.
Roll Tide.
No, Roll Tide! Speaking of which, I saw a meme the other day. It was like, I don't remember what it was, but it was like a person in an Alabama hat and it was like, when you're at Thanksgiving dinner and you ask for daddy to pass you the gravy and your cousin,
I saw that.
Brother and dad all reach for it at the same time.
Oh my god, I saw that.
There was an Ask Reddit the other day. It was like, what inside joke would you know that like you're on Reddit, and somebody just put Roll Tide. And someone was like, I see this all the time. I don't understand what it means. And somebody actually had to explain the joke behind it. And they went into detail too. They went like above and beyond the simple explanation. They were like, Alabama's like a catchphrase is Roll Tide because of the University of Alabama and how good they are at football. Now it's this whole like short book explaining just this joke.
My answer is also stupid people, but since you already said stupid people, I will say selfish people.
Yeah, that's.
I can't
too.
like.
I
guess I'm thinking of it in terms of like friendships or like relationships. Like it's a two-way path. Yeah. If you're just gonna be selfish and only like reach out when it's convenient for you, then it's not a friendship or a relationship. Like that's just selfish. No, bye. Don't have time for it. You know. So bye. Yeah, so I would say my turnoff would be selfish people.
One of my friends was like that. Former friends.
So many of my friends.
Yeah, he like.
Yeah, former friends, right? That's the right term. Former friends.
Yeah, but he just like he would make up excuses like because he didn't have a car, so he didn't like a lot of people drove around. Which like sometimes it's not too bad. Like I'll pick you up if we're going to the same place or if we're hanging out. Like it's not that big of a deal. But after a while, when nothing is happening, I'm not expecting like fill my gas tank every time I drive you somewhere, but like offer to buy me a beer if we're out or something. Like something like those little things that like you're just not doing because you're expecting us, because it wasn't just me, but to like drive you around all the time. I'm like, and like he only wanted parties at his apartment. Every time we asked to go somewhere else, he's like, but my apartment's like, because we all like work together. He's like, it's so close to where we work. I was like, yeah, but like most of us live somewhere else. Like we all live in the general area.
Yeah. So
like, why can't we just go there instead? So we no longer communicate with said individual. What I said on Reddit when I saw the question was like not knowing when to not joke.
Oh my gosh. Like, knowing when to be serious.
Yeah.
I can't stand that.
Yeah, like just like turn it on. Like I don't mind like
just
sassy or sarcasm, but like
there are times
not to do it.
Yes.
Yeah, like I can't have a serious conversation with you because you're just like.
Did you notice? Did you notice that reaction?
No, like
He's like that to me. I don't know when to be serious.
No. I used to be like that. I've gotten a lot better at.
No, I'm joking. Yeah.
No, but like for a long time, and by a long time I mean up until maybe 3 years ago. I just turned everything into a joke because like
3 years ago. When the dicks came out, was that the turning point in your life?
He's like, okay, I gotta be serious now. It's gotta stay in the pants.
I had rock bottom, I had a pants around my ankles. I'm like, oh god,
starting tomorrow.
No, but yes, I've gotten a lot better with,
I
agree with that.
I was not thinking about you when I said that. There was
someone
I knew from college was like, I'm just like, stop.
Yeah.
Like, just stop.
Oh my gosh, everybody! I feel like there are so many people in my life like that, and it's so frustrating.
Yeah, like you don't have to be sassy all the time.
But I do.
I'm sassy like 90% of the time. But if something's serious, I can turn it off and I can be super serious. But if it's not serious, then it's like, why not be myself?
I feel like I have a lot of turn-offs, but,
No, I'm trying not to get too negative. If you have one or two others you want to...
Oh, no, I can't actually think of any more, but I feel like...
I feel like I have a lot. Never mind.
I feel like I would, if that makes sense. Not like...
Ooh, I have one.
Not like deal-breaker turn-offs, just like annoyance turn-offs.
Don't be that person where... Wow. Don't be that person.
We're gonna put you in a bubble from now on.
Bubble boy.
Don't,
It was the moops.
don't be that person who like nickels and dimes me. Like if I
nickels and dimes. Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Like if I owe you money,
I was like, what are you talking about?
Don't be that person who nickels and dimes me. Like, okay, so
nickels.
So you bought this, so for your bill, it's $3.72.
Yeah.
Like. I like the friends. Okay, like you pay this time, I got this time. I'm like, hey, you got that one, I got this one. Like, I don't want a Venmo request for $1.74 for a goddamn pack of cookies.
As long as it's like somewhat even, like a beer and then like maybe lunch or something. Like as long as that, like if it gets like too one sided or too.
Oh no, like if I pay it all the time, you're like, hey, I'm not on this anymore. But like,
see, that's the thing. I feel like I used to be that way and just be like, it's fine. Like, we'll take turns, whatever. And then it got to a point where I was the one, for example, like, say, ordering Ubers. I was always the one fucking ordering the Ubers. And I'm like, guys, you have the app. Like, no. So it just got to a point where it was like, just on principle, I'm going to be that bitch that sends you a Venmo request for the $6 that you owe me because... It's just on principle, like, and you're clearly just taking advantage of the fact that I'm gonna order it.
And even then, I've stopped doing that, and either I won't get it, or I'm like, cool, like, oh, you have the app, I'll get it, but I'm going to send you the request, like, just like split it, because like while I know like you'll bill me back, y'all bitches, and I always do it, so I'm gonna split it right here and now. I don't want to wait for the money.
Exactly.
I try though to like with Ubers. Sometimes I Uber from my place to a place, and then I have to Uber back at the end of the night. So like during the night, I'll be like, I'll buy you like 6 drinks while we're out. I'm also not on Venmo, so like friends will do that. They're like, "Can I just Venmo you?" I'm like, "Can you just give me like $3?" Like, is that hard to do?
You're so old, Tim.
Like, sorry, I still use currency.
But that's the thing, like, for me...
I try to even it out, is what I'm saying. Like,
that makes sense.
And I believe that, like, if you're, like, you're actually friends, it'll even out over time, however much time
that's what I was going to say.
People take advantage of that, and...
Yeah.
I'm like...
Because I think, like, was it Halloween? I ended up buying, like, a good amount of the group, like, not at once. I wasn't buying like 20 drinks at once.
No, but over time it was like...
Yeah, like, I think, like, one of our friends... I don't want to name people, even though you already named people that weren't on the podcast before. But, like, one, before we went out for Halloween, like, the previous weekend, he drove me home. So, like, the first thing I did was, like, hey, like, I'll buy you a beer. Like, I didn't forget. Or I bought him, like, a cranberry vodka. But...
One of my friends or your friends?
He's our friend.
Wait, I'm saying, like, or our friend.
Who? I met through you.
Yeah. He drove you home?
Yeah, one night he did.
S?
Yes.
No, like is it S? Like starts with an S.
Oh no, that's how you say the first part of his name, though. Is S.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
But yeah, I feel like it also depends on the friend.
Yeah.
For me, I've gotten to a point where I'm like, certain friends, I'm just gonna be very overly picky about it. Not because the $3 is gonna kill me, but just because it's so fucking annoying that you think that you can take advantage of everybody. Just because, like, what do you think you live in, like, a different level of the world that you can just, like, get shit for free because...
It does depend on the friend.
So for me, like, if I'm really cool with somebody, I'm like, you know what? I don't even care if I waste... $100 on you. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I've known you forever. Like, it's cool. But then if it's somebody that I'm just like, no. You're clearly just the kind of person that tries to, like, milk these things. Like, no.
But it is, like, offer, you know? Like, sometimes I'll offer and people deny. I'm like, as long as you, like, know
as
I'm
long as
not
you try,
ignoring
like,
you.
Yeah, and, like, with some people, it's honestly, like, an accident. Like, they don't intentionally do it, so they're like, hey, like, you need to remind me, because otherwise I'm going to forget. Which I understand.
Yeah,
but
I
it's
get
also
that.
annoying, too. Like, while I understand that, like, you need to try and remember.
Yeah,
because, like,
I can't ask you, like,
I don't want to,
10
like,
times.
nag you.
Yeah. That's the balance of trying to nag people, though. Sometimes it's like, been having an email battle lately, and I literally sent 3 emails, and they respond like a week after a third email. I'm like, come on. Like, alright, we're close to overtime. I mean, not really, we could stay here. We don't have producers down our necks. We don't have the suits. We're above that.
I have suits.
I don't.
No pantsuit. No Leslie Knope action or Pat Summit.
Or Amy Brooklyn Nine. Santiago. Although I'm pretty sure scene is going to be
Spoilers.
I said I'm pretty sure. I'm not there. I'm on season 4.
Did you get to the episode where I think it was the start of season 2 when Jake went undercover? So they're like, he's like, "What'd I miss?" And they're like, "Boyle and Santiago were the same thing."
Yes,
that's such a good show.
It's so good.
That was that and Parks and Rec were both shows that like was late on the train. Like, and then I watched it. I was like, "What have I been missing my entire life?"
That's how I was with actually most shows. Like How I Met Your Mother. They were on season like 7. Like 6 when I started. And then Game of Thrones, I came in
on season 4.
I came in on season season 4 was about to drop. I binge watched the whole show.
Still haven't seen Game of Thrones
in like 3 weeks, and I caught up.
So I watched it the 2 weeks before the season 4 premiere.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine, I just started watching like a month ago.
Guys, there are so many things I need
New
to
Girl,
watch.
started watching last year.
Shut up. You only started watching it last year. I feel like that's the New Girl's the reason that I haven't watched any other movies or any other shows. Because I just keep rewatching. I've rewatched it like probably 13 times now, at least 13
It's like Robbie
times.
in The Office. You just never watched anything
I started that like 2 years ago.
I just can't. I try, and then I'm like, what am I going to watch tonight, New Girl?
It just repeats. That's the thing about Hulu, though. Hulu will start a new show. It will start from, like, season 1, episode 1. It will go to, like, another show you have in your queue.
Yeah.
Sometimes works and sometimes doesn't. Because, like, I fall asleep watching one show, and then I wake up in the middle of the night, and it's a totally different show.
And you're like, what happened?
I'm just like, why is Rick and Morty on right now?
Interesting.
I put it in my stuff to watch, and then I watch, like, I think the first season and a little bit of season 2, and I was like, I can't.
Rick and Morty?
Yeah. I was like, it's funny, but it's not that funny. Like, there's a lot of other shows I'd rather
I think
watch.
it's definitely overrated. Like, I enjoy it, but I don't think it's like, oh.
Like, it's not a bad show.
I've never seen Rick and Morty. I'm just gonna.
I mean, I think that was
as much.
kind of the same at that point.
Like, it can be funny, but
I've started watching Archer while I'm not on my own. But it's the best. It's so great.
Yeah, especially like seasons 2 through 4. That's like prime.
But like, where can you actually watch it? Because I only watched it at my friend's house.
They have all the seasons on Hulu too. They just dropped season 9.
On like,
damn, they're that far.
On like the special version of Hulu, or on like the normal version of Hulu.
I don't know. Whatever.
Shut up! I'm going home and watching Archer for the rest of. I packed my TV up because I'm moving tomorrow morning. Damn, laptop. That's fine. That's the laptops are.
I watch most things on my laptop.
Right, that's the laptops are for. Guys, I cannot wait now. I'm so excited. I found a new show. Well, I didn't find it, but I found out that I can watch it.